Hello, hello, and welcome in for some more Crimson Diamond. I hope that you are doing well and taking care and everything's going okay. So, yeah, I kind of lost the audio on this one. It only lasts for like the first, I don't know, 10 minutes or so. But I only have in-game audio. I don't have any audio for me on this, which, is what it is. But yeah, we're just going to go ahead and kick this off. Oh, is this... Looks like Corvus isn't here. This bedroom just sharing with Corvus. But it kind of looks like Corvus's stuff is missing, which she's not going to say anything about. So, what's happened here? Wow, Albert. Albert's room is a mess. Clothes are hanging haphazardly in the wardrobe. The wastepaper basket is stuffed full of papers. And all of his luggage is gone. Yeah, he's just booked it, apparently. So yeah, that's fun. Open drawers. Open drawers. Open Yeah. Search drawers. You see a cigarette butt in the upper left drawer. Take cigarette butt. You take the cigarette butt. Yay. Examine butt. The coat of arms on the label of the cigarette butt indicates that it is of Belgian make. The head of the cigar appears to have some oily... Now that you're taking a closer look, you catch a whiff of its aroma. I've smelled this type of cigar before, and not just in the lodge. Right. Search drawers. The drawers are empty. Okay. Search waste bin. You can see some crumpled papers in the waste paper basket. They don't appear to have anything written on them. There's a strip of telegraph tape lying just outside of the waste paper basket on the carpeted floor. That is probably important. Take telegraph tape. There we go. You pick up the strip of telegraph tape. Dust cigar butt. After the city ring, it looks like the fingerprints got smeared as the butt was being twisted to put it out inside the drawer. Glad I tried though. Look under bed. It does. Wait. A cylinder wrapped in red paper is partly concealed under the bed. I wonder what this could be. Yeah. You reach down to retrieve the red cylinder from Albert's bed. Uh-oh. I think this is a stick of dynamite. Yep, it's a stick of dynamite. Looking at it makes you sweat. Dynamite is not a standard piece of equipment. Yeah, no joke. Not like you normally keep dynamite. So is he the one that took out the bridge then? Like, do we know that for sure now? The papery casing of the dynamite has some very faint oily marks, but its surface is too absorbent for fingerprints. Worth a try, though. Examine dynamite. It's dynamite. Examining it more closely wouldn't make you feel any better. Quite the opposite, in fact. Yeah. So yeah, I'm kind of assuming that, like, officially we know it was... Examine clothes. You check all of the pockets in the garments that Albert left behind. In the last jacket pocket, you find a train ticket stub. Examine stub. The ticket is still in the jacket. Ah. Okay, take stub. There we go. Examine stub. Now that we have it, you peer more closely at the train's ticket stub. The stub is from Albert's journey up to Crimson, but this is for a riding coach, the same as me and Kimmy. He said he was in the first class car. Albert lied to us. I didn't see him in our car. Was he concealing himself? Come to think of it, I do remember the smell of cigar smoke. It smelled exactly like the cigar butt that Albert stubbed out onto his desk drawer. Uh-oh. Oh, are we having a flashback? Thankfully, I've got my field kit up on the luggage rack. Do you see that old brown leather suitcase? Ah, yes, I see it. What does a field kit contain? Among other things, the field kit includes hardness picks. These are the most important tools of all my work in Crimson. They have tips of different hardnesses, ranging from 2 to 9 on the most scale. The hardness pick with the number 9 tip is indispensable for this trip. It will scratch just about anything except for diamonds. I'm so glad I have these tools with me, otherwise I'd be up a creek without a paddle. Indeed, good luck with your work in Crimson. Thanks, I can't wait to get started. You and Kimmy chat for a bit longer before dozing off into the afternoon. Pretty detailed flashback. I don't think I would remember the dude sitting behind me reading the newspaper like that. Especially if I was dozing off. The different people that aren't there. Did you fall asleep too? Nice that I was telling all about the field kit. Told him exactly what he needed to take to get rid of. Oh, God. He's kind of creepy looking. That mostly has to do with him stealing my briefcase and that we know he's kind of crooked. How would I know that he did this if I was asleep? Wouldn't I have just stopped him? Just gonna troll through here. What's he gonna do with it? Is he actually stealing it or is he gonna chuck it? Yep, chucked it. Okay, cool. Bye. Oof. It was Albert. He was in the train car after all. I remember the smell of those cigars, the ones he'd been smoking in the lodge this whole time. And he got rid of my field kit to obstruct my investigation. Yeah, Albert stored some of his things in the blue trunk in the upstairs closet. I wonder if anything was left behind. I guess we need to go check the trunk. It'd actually be deleted, though. Dust stub. Your careful application. Oh, this looks like Albert's fingerprint. I'm not surprised, but it ensures he can be connected to this particular item. Yay! Okay, dust papers. You retrieve crumpled papers from the waste paper basket before you apply soot to them. Aha! Powdering the crumpled papers reveals some handwriting indentations. Can we read what he wrote now? Examine papers. After darkening the indentations, you can read most of the writing on these crumpled papers. Nice. It's clear that Albert wrote on papers that were on top of these ones, not thinking anyone would be able to detect these faint marks. The first page is a mineralogical report written by Albert, declaring that, in his opinion, the area around Crimson is rich with diamonds. I saw Albert handing Nessa a yellow envelope, and she appeared to pay him well for it. It would be in Nessa's favor if it at least appeared that the land had diamonds on it. She could sell it for far more should it come into her possession. Seems to me that Nessa paid Albert to write this report. She could sell the land and become extremely wealthy. Wait a minute. The second page is another report written by Albert, and this one says that the area around Crimson has no diamonds at all. The report I found in Corvus's satchel is the same one as can be seen in the first crumpled page. Which does make sense. It would work out in Nessa's favor if the land is rich with diamonds and she'd be inheriting it. I obtained this last will and testament from Corvus's satchel that says Mr. Richards bequeathed his land and possessions to his sister Nessa. The document was prepared and signed by Corvus, with Nessa as his witness. But Mr. Richards has yet to sign it, and now he's missing. I don't like the look of this at all. I hid in the canoe in the boathouse and heard Nathan buying the report from Albert. I'm sure Mr. Richards, Nathan, and Jack would prefer if things stay as they are here in Crimson. So that version of the report was written, concluding no diamonds, and Nathan paid Mr. Respa to write it. Which version of the report is true, and why would Mr. Respa make two versions in the first place? That's a good question. Because he's a fake scammer. The spines aren't broken and this cover shows no signs of wear. These books are in pristine condition. I guess Albert takes really good care of his books. Okay. Yes, I know. We're going there. That's not the right room. Down here? Oh! The big blue trunk's lid is up and the padlock hanging open. I wonder what was stored in here. You peer into the blue trunk. There are some old threadbare linens lining the interior and obscuring the trunk's bottom. But by feeling around inside, you discover... Yes? A bullet and a blasting cap. My father was in construction. I know a blasting cap when I see one, but why would Albert put these in here? Jack let Albert store his things in this trunk. He wanted to lock this all away. The same as how he demanded to stay in Jack's room, the only bedroom with a lock. Seems like Albert was concerned about keeping his secret. And he's armed. Uh-oh. He was carrying dynamite with him, too. It was wise of him to store the dynamite and blasting cap separately. He seems to know more about demolition than mineralogy. The maker's mark is imprinted on the tin. You recognize the brand as one that is commonly used in Toronto. My father was in construction, so I know what these look like. Kids would sometimes play with them. Not me, but other kids. It's likely Albert purchased these blasting caps in Canada. They tend not to get shipped overseas because they're fairly hazardous materials. Though it's hard to tell with the design printed on the lid, you think you can see an oily smudge. Aha! Compare fingerprints? My father was in construction. After comparing the fingerprint to your collection, you conclude, aha, as I suspected, this fingerprint belongs to Albert. Blasting caps are not standard mineralogist equipment. You've revealed two clear fingerprints on the ruby. You compare them to the fingerprints you've obtained. One of these fingerprints, yes. Okay. No, it's a good thought. Examine bullet. You examine the bullet, but you don't know enough about bullets to glean any more information. Okay. The padlock is still in very good condition. It appears to have spent most of its life indoors attached to the blue trunk, possibly in this very closet. I think I see an oily spot on the padlock next to the keyhole. Dust padlock. The soot clings to a fingerprint on the surface. Aha. Lift fingerprint. You tear off a piece of tape and press it onto the powdered fingerprint you've revealed on the padlock. You've revealed the fingerprint on the tin of the blasting caps. Yeah, but I wanted to know about the padlock. The padlock is from Albert. I suppose that verifies he did store some of his belongings in the blue trunk. I remember during my second dinner here, Mr. Richards inviting Albert to store his things in the blue trunk for safekeeping. You've revealed 2 clear fingerprints. Yes. Maybe I should take a closer look at Albert's room. I think I already did that. Open a door. Oh! What's this? The double doors have been thrown wide open. You can see the Ranger and Jack inside the carriage house. They look, yeah. What's this music? Jack, what's going on? The automobile's gone, Nancy. I can see that. Someone must have picked the lock on the driver's side door and made off with it. It could have been Corvus and Nessa. Maybe they used the automobile to move Mr. Richards to another location. Or maybe it was Albert. You hear a rumbling. Is that thunder? Nope, that's Nathan. He went and got his automobile. Tell me what you know on the way. Time's a-wasting. Let's go. Right. It's going to be a bit of a tight squeeze and a bumpy ride. It's actually Evan's father's old car. I've managed to keep it running decently well, though the shocks are pretty stiff. Decently well? It'll be fine, Nancy. Just hang on tight. You all pile into Nathan's automobile and head for the mine. Mr. Cardinal, I'm sorry we couldn't meet under better circumstances. I understand your reluctance to be involved with the authorities. It's entirely justified. Evan's in danger. I will help my friend. We can figure out the rest later. I will safeguard you from any consequences of going off reservation. I promise. Let's deal with that later. Maybe I should have looked around the lodge a bit more. I found a bullet and a blasting cap in the trunk Albert was using to store his things. It's likely he's armed and has explosives or access to explosives. I wish I knew where he was going. I'm sure he's up to no good. Mr. Cardinal, would you please drop me off at the train station? I can send an urgent telegram for reinforcement. Of course, but first to the garnet mines. They're closer. Good idea. Telegrams travel faster than any automobile, and time is of the essence. To the garnet mines. Nathan stops his automobile as close to the garnet mine as he dares. The ground is rugged, and any roads leading to and from the area have fallen into disrepair many years ago. A bit of stealth is imperative as well. It wouldn't do for Nessa and Corvus to be alerted to your presence. The consequences for Evans could be dire. You and Jack watch Nathan turn the automobile around to head for the distant train station. It's all up to you now. Excellent job. Kudos on your thorough investigative technique. The mine entrance has been blasted shut. This can't be where Nessa and Corvus took Evan. No, my theory's wrong. Nancy, wait a minute. This is the closest entrance to the mine. They were on foot. Not to mention, this is fresh rubble. Most likely, they did use this entrance, but the entrance collapsed after them. Abandoned mines are dangerous places. We have to be careful. Confrontation. How are we going to get in? Don't know, but I'm going to grab that shovel and start digging. Jack starts digging at the rubble at the mine entrance. I've got to help Jack with this. Pick up wire. Wonder if I can figure out a faster way to clear this rubble. The developer of this game assumes no responsibility or liability for any errors or omissions in any processes depicted, particularly dangerous ones involving explosives. Do not attempt anything in this game in real life. Yes. Pick up plunger, I believe those are called. I wonder if I can figure out a faster way to clear this rubble. I now have a plunger, detonator, wire, and blasting cap, and a stick of dynamite. I wonder if I could rig this up to blast the mine entrance open? Dust, plunger. You don't find any fingerprints. Darn. The detonator has been exposed to elements for years, probably decades. I'm not surprised I couldn't find any fingerprints. Still, it was a good idea to check. The presence of Nessa or Corvus's fingerprints would have verified that they came this way. Dust wire? Yeah. It's unlikely they would have handled this. I'm glad I checked though. Well, you know. Attach the blasting cap to dynamite. You carefully insert the blasting cap into the dynamite. Sure. Attach wire to blasting cap. You stick the end of the wire into the blasting cap, which has been inserted into the dynamite. Ooh, here we go. I'm all set. I just need to cut the wire from the reel and insert the cut end into the plunger detonator. You don't have any wire cutters right now, and you don't see any. Wonder where I could get a pair of wire cutters. I'm so close. Ask Jack for wire cutters? Would you happen to have any wire cutters, Jack? I do, actually. Perfect. May I borrow those? I'm just going to try and blow you up. It's okay. Sure thing. Here you go, Nancy wire cutters. Thank you. Thanks. Cut wire. Using the wire cutters, you snip the wire from the reel. Attach wire to plunger. You insert the wire into the detonator. The explosive is rigged. It's time to set it off. Apparently with Jack standing there. Place dynamite. Put dynamite in rubble. Jack, I'm ready to set the explosive charge. Got it, Nancy. Give me a second. He's plugging his ears. Ready. You carefully place the rigged dynamite close to the rubble. Okay, we're all set. Okay. Put plunger behind rock. Because I don't really want to blow it up there. I'll blow ourselves up. I've taken the plunger and placed it out of harm's way. Fortunately, the wire is long enough. Push. I keep wanting to say use. And it says use is not a thing. Here goes nothing. Boom. That was a bit anticlimactic. Well, it was only one stick of dynamite after all. Yeah, one stick can only do so much. Take sample? Ah, I thought I needed it off the ground. Look at sample. Look at rubble sample. Oh yeah. Wow, I can see why Crimson was such a booming mining town. These rocks are full of garnets. In this instance, the garnets aren't gem quality and are incorporated into the sample. But maybe inside, the mine will be a different story. Rub rubble sample on plate. The rock sample from outside the mine has small white crystals and red mineral patches. None are suitable for rubbing on the plate. It was good thought. Maybe I'll find something more suitable inside the mine. Well, enter cave? Alright, I can fit through this opening. Nancy, this is really dangerous. Let's widen this hole some more so I can go too. Evan's in danger. There's no time to lose. You keep working on the rubble and follow when you can. Okay, Nancy, you're the boss. You be careful, you hear? I will, I promise. Wait, before you go, it's gonna be dark as night in there. Darker even. Take this lantern. Does he just have a lantern in his pockets? Jack lights the lantern and hands it to you. Yep. I've got another one. I don't know where you have it, but okay. Don't you worry. Hey, you're not the only one with big pockets. Good luck, kiddo. Thanks, Jack. You squeeze through the small hole in the rubble and enter the mine. Oh, wow. Seeing the lantern's light reflected brilliantly on the thousands of red crystals embedded in the walls, you're suddenly reminded of why you traveled to Crimson in the first place. If the situation wasn't so dire, you'd be dazzled by this cave of natural wonders. Instead, the red gleams look like blood is beating on every surface, just waiting to fall. Ew. You shiver. Toronto feels like 1,000,000 kilometers and 1,000,000 years away. Oh dear, it's so dark in here. I need to figure out which way Nessa and Corvus have taken Mr. Richards. If, indeed, they came this way at all. Okay. I'm actually going to have to call it here, unfortunately. I don't think we have too much left. But yeah, I'm going to have to go ahead and call it here. Thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. As always, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind dropping a like and subscribe, it always makes my day and it really helps out the channel a lot. So I appreciate it. And yeah, I will catch you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.